If there's anybody who could potentially beat Chadwick Boseman for Best Actor, it's Anthony Hopkins in the role in The Father. Now, I think Chadwick Boseman's going to win, and I think he deserves to win. I'll actually be kind of mad if he doesn't, but let's put it this way. If there's anybody who I'd be kind of okay with beating Chadwick Boseman this year, it's Anthony Hopkins, because his performance was really that good.
And the Academy Award for Actor goes to Anthony Hopkins, The Father.
Well, I've had a few days to think. Intro. Take one. How's it going, everybody? It's Steve here. Now, I don't think I'm alone in saying the 2021 Oscars were a little odd. Not necessarily bad, but just had a few weird things going on. And I know that you want me to talk about those. But first, I want to just go through what I thought about the wins and what I predicted versus what actually won, if it was expected or unexpected, if it was shocking or not too shocking, the whole shebang. First thing I want to talk about is that maybe I was the dumb one in the room, but I did not know that they were actually going to have a ceremony that wasn't over Zoom or something like that. I didn't know that it was going to be in person. Now, knowing me, a germaphobe and somebody who's been taking COVID-19 very seriously, I was a little perplexed by that, but at the same time, they did mention straight up that they're following the protocols that anybody would on a movie set nowadays with COVID-19. Even though I was kind of shocked that it wasn't virtual, it seemed like they were trying to do a good job of keeping it safe. I do want to mention that the first award of the night ended up being one that surprised me anyway. The first award went to Best Original Screenplay, and I thought it was going to go to Trial of the Chicago 7. Not necessarily saying that that one deserved to win, but that's just what I thought was going to happen. But it went to Promising Young Woman, which was an awesome change of pace. It was a great way to start off the show. And it was even better when Best Adapted Screenplay went to The Father. I thought it was going to go to Nomadland, but it went to The Father, and that was freaking awesome. And those ones just happened to be the first two of the night, and I'm not going to go in order as I'm reading these off, but just flying through some of the other awards before we talk about some of the gnarlier stuff. Best Production Design going to Mank. I knew that was going to happen. There was no contesting it would go to anybody else. Best Visual Effects, I predicted that was go to Tenet, and it did go to Tenet. Best Documentary Short. I actually thought this was going to go to Hunger Ward, and I was hoping it would go to Hunger Ward, but it went to Colette. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad choice. Best Animated Short, I thought it was going to go to If Anything Happens, I Love You, and it did go to If Anything Happens, I Love You. Same thing with Best Live Action Short. Two Distant Strangers was the winner and my prediction. Fantastic short, by the way. Now, Best Sound. Everybody knew that this was basically the Sound of Metal category because everyone knew that was going to win Best Sound. And it did. But what was really surprising to me, at least, was that Sound of Metal actually took home the award for Best Film Editing as well. And I really loved that. Now, I thought it was going to go to Trial of the Chicago 7, and so did pretty much everyone else, because it seemed like the one that had all of the editing tropes, I guess you could call them, although I don't want to give it a bad connotation, because Trial of the Chicago 7 did have fantastic film editing, but it was kind of the let's speed up the pace and get more editing and quick cuts in type of editing, whereas Sound of Metal was more slower paced and moody editing that worked the best way it could possibly for the film. And it was really cool to see that win. And by the way, I'm backtracking a bit, but it was awesome that Riz Ahmed from Sound of Metal actually got to present the award for Best Sound for Sound of Metal. The look on his face when he opened that envelope and read that award out was priceless. Best Costume Design, that went to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and I thought it was going to go to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best Makeup and Hairstyling, I thought that it was going to go to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and that went to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best Cinematography, this one kind of surprised me. I thought that it was going to go to Nomadland, but it went to Mank. Even though I liked Nomadland's cinematography more than Mank, it's not too surprising that Mank took this home. I mean, that movie had masterful cinematography. Now, one that also shocked me was the winner of Best Original Song. Not saying this is a bad song, but Fight For You from Judas and the Black Messiah was the winner. I was thinking it was going to go to Speak Now from One Night in Miami. And if it wasn't going to go to that, I thought it was going to go to EOC, Scene from the Life of Head. But it went to Fight For You, and that was a really pleasant surprise. Best Original Score, come on, we all knew it was going to go to Soul, and it did go to Soul. Best Documentary Feature, I was less confident in. I wanted it to go to Time. I thought that it was going to go to My Octopus Teacher, and it did go to My Octopus Teacher, which I finally watched My Octopus Teacher over this past weekend. And while I don't think it's as good as Time, it was a really solid documentary. I really enjoyed it. Best Animated Feature, everybody knew this was going to go to Soul. There was an outside chance that Wolfwalkers could take it, but everyone knew it was going to go to Soul, including myself, and it indeed did go to Soul. Best International Feature went to Another Round. I thought it was going to go to Another Round. That one was a no contest category. Best Supporting Actor, come on. We all knew that it was going to go to Daniel Kaluuya, and it did go to Daniel Kaluuya. Fantastic speech by Daniel Kaluuya, by the way. Best Supporting Actress, this one was a little tougher to call. My prediction was that it was going to go to Yo Jung-yoon, and it did go to Yo Jung-yoon, and that is really great to see. Best Director, I was going to be mad if Chloe Zhao didn't get it, and I predicted she would get it, and she indeed did get that award. So one thing that really caught me off guard with this year's Academy Awards is that they did not do Best Picture last. Usually they do Best Picture last, but they decided to put it like third to last. They put it before the Best Actor and Best Actress categories. When I first saw that they were presenting Best Picture before Best Actor and Best Actress, I was like, did I miss something here? I was genuinely confused, but when it comes to the winner, I thought it was going to be Nomadland, and indeed it was Nomadland, and I do think that was a solid choice. They presented Best Actress next, and this was probably the hardest category to call. No one knew what was going to happen with this one. I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, well, anyway, what ended up happening with Best Actress is that there was no clear frontrunner. Like, usually, in any other year, you have one or two people taking home most of the major awards in other awards and festivals. However, this year, I might be getting the award shows wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Viola Davis took the SAG, Andra Day unexpectedly won the Golden Globe. Vanessa Kirby didn't win anything, unfortunately. Carey Mulligan won Critics' Choice, and Frances McDormand won the BAFTA. I might have gotten those mixed up, but what I'm trying to say is, except for Vanessa Kirby, each one of these actresses took home one of the major awards, so there was no clear front runner. Now, I predicted that it was going to be Viola Davis, and it ended up being Frances McDormand. She actually managed to get into I think she's won 3 Oscars. I think she's a 3-time Academy Award, not nominee, but a 3-time Academy Award winner now, which is awesome. That rarely ever happens with actresses or actors, and I'm happy for her. Would I have liked to see Viola Davis win? Of course, but seeing Frances McDormand win this award was pretty damn cool too. And now we're going to talk about what I think everybody is expecting me to talk about. The choice for Best Actor. Now, there were a lot of interesting things about this. So, this was the very last award. And it became clear that the reason why they were making this the last award is because the Academy expected that the win was going to go to Chadwick Boseman. The producers of the award show thought it was going to go to Chadwick Boseman. And because Chadwick Boseman died so young and he went out on a high note with one of his best performances, his best performance to date, they wanted to end this on a heartwarming note. They wanted to end it with Chadwick Boseman getting his first and only Oscar. And they go through the nominees, they announce who's winning, and the winner is not Chadwick Boseman, who I thought was going to be the winner, and who pretty much everyone else thought was going to be the winner, clearly including the producers of the show. But it went to Anthony Hopkins for the father. And to top it all off, because Anthony Hopkins was not present at the award show, they ended up accepting it on his behalf, kind of cutting the awards off right there, and it ended very abruptly. So this entire very short amount of time for this category was a giant head scratcher for many people, including myself. And understandably, a lot of people were mad when Chadwick Boseman didn't win and Anthony Hopkins did. Now, I mentioned that I would be pissed if Chadwick Boseman didn't win, but honestly, now that I've had time to think this over, and now that I've seen how humbly Anthony Hopkins accepted his award the next day, and now that I kind of just view this as just really poor planning on the part of the Academy, I'm not that mad. Am I disappointed that Chadwick Boseman didn't win? Yes. Am I mad that Anthony Hopkins took home the Oscar for what is his best performance since Silence of the Lambs? I'm not mad about that. I mean, Anthony Hopkins is 83 years old. He set a milestone by being the oldest actor to ever win an Oscar for Best Actor. And the only reason he wasn't at the ceremony is because he was in his homeland of Wales. It was 4 a.m. at the time. He got a call waking up and found out that he won an Oscar, which he admitted he outright did not expect. He also thought it was going to go to Chadwick Boseman. And as soon as he found out, he filmed his own acceptance speech because he didn't even bother beforehand to prepare one. And during his acceptance speech, he gave tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Honestly, that is probably the smoothest and best way you could handle something like this. If there's anybody who I'm okay with beating Chadwick Boseman here, it's Anthony Hopkins. So those are my thoughts on the Best Actor travesty that happened here and how the award show ended and how freaking awkward it was, which no matter what you think of the win, you have to admit it was pretty darn awkward for all involved. But yeah, I mean, overall, those are my thoughts on the 2021 Oscars. Now, the winners themselves, I didn't have too many surprises except for that last one that I obviously just talked about and some of the ones that I mentioned in this list. For the most part, it was kind of the standard show in terms of who won the awards, but it was those little parts that just made it super awkward. But anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. It really helps people who aren't familiar with my content but would like to see content like this find my channel. And if you're new here and you want to see more content from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you really want to be notified when I post a new video instead of just finding one every great now and then, go ahead and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I post a new video. And with that, have a good night, and I'll see you later.